Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So it's been said that everything that Trump touches dies. This is proof of that. And it appears that his losing is contagious. And Trump has infected a lot of people because I have another trifecta of awesome news to share with you guys. It was just announced that Trump-loving Colorado County Clerk Tina Peters has been indicted by a grand jury for her alleged illegal activity surrounding the 2020 election. She was trying to help Trump overturn the election and she got busted. So Peters, who, by the way, is running to become the Secretary of State for Colorado, because that's what we need, is someone who breaks the law and is so gullible that she falls for Trump's lies. We need her in charge of elections. Anyway, she was just charged with 10 crimes, including 7 felonies. So the felony charges are 3 counts of attempting to influence a public servant, 1 count of attempting to influence a public servant, but that was under a different felony class, 1 count of criminal impersonation, 1 count of conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation, 1 count of identity theft, and 1 count of first-degree official misconduct. In addition to Peters, her deputy, Belinda Nisley, I think is how you pronounce it, she was also indicted for basically the same crimes. This is, as you guys may recall, the result of Peters sneaking an unauthorized person into a secure area in her office, and then she provided that person with access to the county's voting machine. Now, the next bit of great news involves Smartmatic's $2.7 billion lawsuit against Fox News, Rudy Giuliani, Maria Bartiromo, and other people involved with Fox and so forth. New York State Supreme Court Justice David Cohen denied requests from Fox Corporation, Maria Bartiromo, and Lou Dobbs to dismiss the defamation lawsuit brought by Smartmatic, the voting software company. The judge also said that Smartmatic can continue with some of the claims against Rudy Giuliani. He did, however, dismiss the claims against Fox host Jeanine Pirro and also Trump attorney Sidney Powell. Cohen ruled that basically Pirro made alleged misstatements, but they weren't necessarily defamatory. And he said that in regard to Powell, he lacks jurisdiction regarding the claims made against her. So hopefully the Powell lawsuit will be refiled in whatever jurisdiction is appropriate. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But in his 61-page ruling, Judge Cohen stated that there was, quote, a substantial basis for the claim that Fox, quote, turned a blind eye to a litany of outrageous claims about Smartmatic, unprecedented in the history of American elections, so inherently improbable that it evinced a reckless disregard for the truth. And he cited some of Giuliani's statements on Fox as a reason for why he was allowing some of the claims against him to proceed. Here's the best part, though. The judge actually used Tucker Carlson's words against Fox, and he said that their actions may constitute actual malice. That's something that you have to prove in order for a defamation lawsuit to be successful. It's not that the person just said something wildly outrageous or defamatory or, that is untrue. You have to prove that they actually acted with malice, that they knew what they were saying was wrong, and they did it anyway. So Judge Cohen wrote, quote, ironically, the statements of Tucker Carlson, perhaps the most popular Fox News host, militate most strongly in favor of a possible finding that there is a substantial basis that Fox News acted with actual malice. The judge pointed to one of Carlson's shows. There was a segment that he did, you guys may have seen it, where he was actually questioning on air the legitimacy of Sidney Powell's claims and her lawsuits. And he was telling the viewers that he repeatedly reached out to Powell and her team for evidence. He said, show us the proof, bring us the proof of election fraud. But he said that she, quote, never demonstrated that a single actual vote was moved illegitimately by software from one candidate to another. And Carlson told his audience that he had invited Powell on his show, and he said, come on the show. I want you to come on, bring your proof, bring your evidence, and show it to my audience. And she declined. She also got, if I remember correctly, she got kind of snippy with him. So Judge Cohen wrote, quote, however, Powell never provided the evidence requested by Carlson, and President Trump's campaign advised Carlson that it knew of no such evidence. Therefore, there are sufficient allegations that Fox News knew or should have known that Powell's claim was false and purposefully ignored the efforts of its most prominent anchor to obtain substantiation of claims of wrongdoing by Smartmatic. The judge also noted that Fox failed to share emails with their hosts. Apparently, Smartmatic had been sending emails to Fox and requesting that they correct their false reporting, their false claims about the company and about the election. And he said that inaction also points to malice. Great news. So the final story that really made me smile also involves Sidney Powell. The State Bar of Texas is now considering disciplinary action against Powell for filing of, quote, frivolous lawsuits. This, of course, has to do with her bogus Kraken lawsuits, which alleged without any evidence whatsoever that the election had been stolen from Trump. The Texas Bar's Commission for Lawyer Discipline says that they've received 10 complaints about Powell, and so they filed a lawsuit with the bar. And according to Courthouse News, the lawsuit claims that Powell violated, quote, Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11 and 5 subsections of the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct. And the commission has asked the court to, quote, determine and impose an appropriate sanction. So this is getting good. And this could be just the beginning, because there's a group called the 65 Project. And that name relates to how many lawsuits were filed in this, these bogus election fraud lawsuits after the 2020 election. Well, they're now filing complaints against more than 100 lawyers throughout the United States. And this is in an attempt to get them disbarred and to, quote, shame them and make them toxic in their communities and in their firms. And the group says that they're not just going after the big fish like Lynn Wood, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani. They're already facing sanctions and possible disbarment. They're going after everyone, and they named some people that they're already targeting. The list included Cleta Mitchell, Joseph DeGeneva, Jenna Ellis, Boris Epstein, even small-time Texas attorney Paul Davis. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he was recently, not recently, but he was arrested last year. He was also sentenced recently after he took part in the January 6th attacks at the Capitol. And Davis told Axios news outlet that the complaints are, quote, nothing more than a desperate attempt by leftist hacks and mercenaries. And he said that this is all a cover-up for, quote, malfeasance in the 2022 midterms. So they're already planning to cry stolen election this year. They're already gearing up for it. And no, Guy, what you guys did with the bogus election fraud lawsuits and going and attacking the Capitol, those were desperate attempts. Your loser lost. And as you guys told us for 4 years, facts don't care about your feelings. So you guys are the desperate ones, already planning to cry wolf, already planning to say stolen election. Oh my God, voter fraud, election fraud. I mean, they think they're such losers. They already are telegraphing that they're going to lose this year. When every poll, everything says they're going to win, but they already assume they're going to lose because that's what losers do. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know if I hear any more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.